do today is I want to go through the history on how Jehovah became into the English and make that one video, and then we'll get into the sermon. Okay? Go with it.
Okay.
Our Father, the merciful, and who showeth mercy, have mercy on us and put it in our hearts to discern, to understand, to teach, to keep, and to do, to fulfill all that is learned by study of the law in love. In Jesus' name. I want to go through the history of why we have the word Jehovah in our Bible. The word Jehovah was brought into us by Raymundus, Raymundus, Martini, Martini, in 1270. He was a Spanish Dominican monk aiming to render Jehovah into European language. And he did it by blending the Hebrew tetragrammaton, YHVH, which is Jehovah, and they're all consonants because the speaker adds the vowels. And what he did was he added the vowels of Yahweh in with the tetragrammaton of Jehovah. Two different, completely different words. But he mixed them, and it was a decision that ignored the fact that no J sound was in the Hebrew, just so he could Latinize the phonetic transliteration of the word. It's not even a translation, it's a transliteration. And then the mechanism, and if you look this word up, it means a religious group that gets together for a religious specific purpose. The mechanism Maseratis, a medieval Jewish group, added vowel points in the Hebrew, is in Nikud, and they added the vowel points to prevent the pronunciation of Yahweh, because they did not want anybody to pronounce the holy name. They inserted the vowels of both Adonai and Elohim, resulting in the artificial blended form often read as Jehovah. These dummy vowels placed under Yahweh. They're not even placed in the correct place. They're placed under Yahweh. And they were, if you want to write these down, the Hebrew vowels Shiva, S-H-E-V-A. The other one was Cholem, C-H-O-L-A-M. And the third one was Kamatz, K-A-M-A-T-Z, which belonged to Elohim. So now we have three words that they have placed together to bastardize the word completely. This was a deliberate effort to ensure that Yahweh or Yahweh was not spoken and Yahweh would be spoken instead. So it happened. And then in 1870, 600 years later, the Royal Stuart inscription was found. And it was found by an archaeologist, his name was Charles Simon, in the valley of Silwan. It's in the Kidron Valley near Jerusalem. The Royal Stuart that the inscription is talking about was the Stuart for King Hezekiah. It was one of his Stuarts. The stone is now at the British Museum in London. It has 3 lines in Paleo-Hebrew, but it wasn't proven that it was Paleo-Hebrew until 1956. This was in 1870. And some of the people thought it was Phoenician letters, but most of the Bible scholars knew that it was Paleo-Hebrew. But like I said, it wasn't proven until 1956. And then at the time, the world's best scholars got together at a convocation of Canterbury, in Canterbury, England. This was in 1870. It was the first international and interdenominational effort to revise the King James Bible. All other revisions up until then, and that's the revised version that we read now, is when it happened, was in 1870. But all of the other ones that was before this was only sanctioned by the Church of England, only. So, but these 99 scholars got together, and it's scholars that I still listen to today. David Ginsburg, he wrote the last version of the Masorah, very intelligent. James Strong, Strong's Concordance that we all use. Ezra Abbott, and Philip Scoff. I don't know if you ever read Scoff's writing, but he's a very good, great Bible scholar, I think. And William Smith, the Smith Bible Dictionary. All of these scholars was here at this meeting. 99 of them was invited. There was 101 there. But 99 of them was invited. One of them that was not invited was one of those real super preachers. Ooh, he was some kind of more preacher, buddy. He could get up, and he got up and give an orientation. And he said, brothers, the Jehovah has been the English-speaking name of God for over 600 years now, and it would be cruel and unusual for us to do the punishment by telling the English-speaking people God's real name. And they all went along with it. That man's name was Charles Russell. 4 years later, he started a group that became Jehovah's Witness. So that's where we get it, and that's why it came in. James, will you stop this one and start the next one?